Out in Facebook Live land.
What's up, bitches?
What's up, you crazy bitches on this Labor Day?
I'm back, fuckers.
He's back.
I'm back. And you're all in big trouble.
So if this episode gets fucked up, it's not just on my shoulders.
That's
this
right.
time.
It's my fault, too.
That's right.
I'm slamming the door. We're starting this shit.
We're gonna share the blame on this one.
That picture almost fucking came down.
Yeah, don't do that.
I got all these mosquito bites.
Skeeters. The skeeters.
Hello, everybody. All right.
Hey, you guys.
So let's
see here. All right. So hey, if you guys are out there this week, we're gonna talk about a couple things, but I have a question for you guys out there. So a lot of stuff going on in college this weekend, and I'm kind of curious after everything shook out, what are your guys' top 5 now? Who's gonna finish top 5 as of right now?
like after week 1's done.
After
not even done,
dude. After all the upsets this week, like a lot of.
You didn't throw the FSU game on.
Oh, I didn't. I put that on.
That's okay.
That's all right. It's all right.
So,
but yeah, that's one question. The other question is, it looks like you're gonna have 2 rookie quarterbacks starting in the NFL. Carson Wentz.
Yes.
And Dak Prescott.
Dak to the future.
Yeah. So
that's what all the Cowboys fans are saying.
So which one of those 2 is going to have a better rookie season behind the center? That's my other kind of question. So get in on it. Let me know. Let us know what you guys think. That's what's going to be the hard part. Like last week, I kept let me know, let I know. I that,
let I know,
and now it's going to be we again.
It's back to we.
Yeah, because like Alex did a good job filling in.
Yeah,
but I felt like he was filling in, so it was like I, me, mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is when you're gone. This is my show.
It is your show.
When you're here,
gone.
this is our show.
Our show.
That's
right. It's a we thing.
What's good for you is good for me. Is good for the Tiki Bar.
Oh God. We gonna sit here and sing Kumbaya fucking y'all now?
Hell no. No, I quit smoking this week, so I'm an angry elf.
I saw that patch on your shoulder there.
So fucking angry.
What's that patch all about? That's a big one.
It's a nicotine patch.
But it's a big one. Like, are you getting enough nicotine?
No, I would rather have it like an IV just drip into my arm.
Right.
Because I actually, like, I enjoy it. That's the shit part.
Why don't you vape smoke?
Because that's douchey.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It works.
Well, okay, you don't think it's douchey. I think it's douchey.
I don't think it's douchey.
And what's the point?
At least you're that hand-to-mouth motion, and you're getting some nicotine.
Why would I want to keep perpetuating that when eventually the goal is to quit smoking? I'm still giving myself that addictive behavior.
That's fine. At least you're not killing yourself with tar and tobacco. If you vape smoked for the next 3 years and weaned yourself off that way, at least you're not getting the tar and the fucking shit.
They still don't. Well, for 2 reasons.
Okay, let's hear it.
They still don't know what health effects that's going to have. Eventually.
There's 2 products in it. It's vegetable glycerin and
it's still smoke in your lungs. They
propylene glycol
doesn't matter,
which is food grade.
It doesn't, dude. You're still inhaling it. So who knows? But the other thing is that they're cracking down. I think was it last week or something?
Yeah.
That like these vape shops, where you can go buy the liquid or whatever.
Yeah.
I've never been, so I don't really understand.
I have. I used to do it. I used to have a vape.
Okay, so you could go in there and you could like try it out, right?
Yeah.
You can go try out the different
flavors. You have all these tips. What happens? You walk in and they have like pre-charged the vaporizer, which is the part you click the button that warms up the liquid or whatever and makes it smoke. And then they have the tips with the flavor in them.
Okay.
And then you get like a little your own little plastic thing that goes over all of them, so it's all sanitary and shit. And yeah, you can try it's like going up to a bar. You try any flavor you want. And they have like different recipes of how they make different types of flavors.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore.
Why not?
The FDA says you can't go in there and test.
That's bullshit.
So
I didn't know that. Well, I haven't done it in a while, right?
So now you're going to pay, you pay a little extra to go to those places than you would if you bought it from online, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not much, but a little bit because you got to pay their overhead.
Well, you want it. The reason they do it is just you want to try the flavor before you buy it.
Right. And so now that's like me saying, hey, I want to try that beer. Let me buy a 36-pack when I don't know how it tastes, So I don't know. But for me, like if I'm going to quit, if I'm going to be angry and just quit, I'm just going to quit. Like, I don't want to vape.
But you're not going to be angry if you vape. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not that bad. It actually...
But I still haven't technically quit. I'm still consuming the nicotine. I'm still doing the.
You can lower your nicotine as you go,
and that's what the patch does.
You can even get to the point. Like some people, like even at the end, I had zero nicotine and I was doing it, and then at that point, when I got to zero nicotine, I was like, there's no point in doing this anymore.
Right.
And you can't do it anymore in public. You used to be able to just go vape anywhere, but now they're like vaping is like cigarettes. You got to be outside or whatever, right? So
yeah, no, I'm
no good for you,
I'm
man.
out
No,
on
I
that,
mean,
though.
hey, but honestly, good for you. I mean, that's a good thing that you're doing it, and you want to be here for the long haul.
But I enjoy it. Like I really enjoy it. Like that's my quiet time. I'll go paint in the garage or whatever.
Smoking's your quiet time?
Yeah, like dude, that's my stress reliever. But I don't know. I quit for now.
I don't know.
I'm
Well, good for you.
attempting.
Hey, let's all congratulate Glenn on his attempt to quit smoking.
Oh, thank you.
Let's give him some words of positive advice.
All right.
All right.
Now you can all
hear
shut the fuck up.
Oh wow!
All right, so
Jeremy's
Jeremy's doing all his sharing right now.
and you guys share too. Tell
Yeah.
them how they can share.
You go on to our link and hit share, and then post it to your shit.
Something like that. Just
That-
close to
that's
that.
That's
Just about.
That's the tarted view of how I explain multimedia, social media, and all
Well-
that techie shit.
Why don't you tell Facebook Land and Crude Nation how last week went, man? What tell me? Because I was gone. I was in Canada.
They heard. We had we were lucky enough. You were out in Canada, working, making that money, and instead of us just kind of skipping a week or just doing the podcast via iTunes or Stitcher or whatever, the audio, we like doing the Facebook Live stuff. So we had the sports guy from the local morning show out here, the Rod Ryan Show on
The Buzz.
The Buzz,
Houston's-
94.5 The Buzz.
The Buzz. Hey.
But he came out here and he helped me out, and he was
pretty good,
really
right?
good.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to have him back on.
It'd be cool to have him right here between us. He can help.
Well, I think next time we're talking about having him because he's got this Pass the Gravy podcast.
Right.
And so him and his co-host from that maybe coming hanging out at the bar, and this time him getting shit tanked because he won't have to drive home.
That'd be a great idea.
And
Uber.
his co-host Chris, he's like 21.
Oh, he's a young guy.
Yeah, so that's going to be like the whole youthful thing that we don't bring.
Wow.
We bring
yeah.
the geriatric view of everything.
He could come talk about Tinder and all that stuff.
Yeah, Tinder and
Didn't you guys get into
Pokemon
Tinder
Go.
last week?
I asked him about it a little bit.
Yep.
Because I don't understand it. And
Yep.
Alex was telling me that he was like his girlfriend let him set up an account or said, "Yeah, I don't worry about it."
Right. I heard that. Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I set it up to try it out." And but like not to try it out.
Yeah,
but
just Hey, the girlfriend gave me a green card.
Yeah, she gave me the pass for the weekend.
Yeah. We got the hall pass, right?
But yeah, we talked about that a little bit. I just don't understand about it
Right.
enough, and I don't really care enough.
Right.
Like I got a wife. She's my Tinder.
She's your Tinder?
She's my Tinder.
You swipe left for your wife?
Yes, right.
Atta good boy.
Is that what works? Is that swipe?
You're supposed to swipe
left
her
means
left.
You get to bang.
Yeah. She bangs if you swipe left.
She bang.
She bang.
Okay.
Yeah. If you swipe right, then you pissed her off. You did something wrong.
Oh, that's like that's 90% of the time.
I swipe right.
I get swiped right all the time.
I swipe right every Saturday when I don't do the chores I'm supposed to get done.
Oh.
Shit, that just reminded me.
You forgot to do chores.
Oh, no, there's a thing I had to do for her car today.
Oh.
I can do it after the podcast. The day's not over. Just, I might have a few beers in me, that's all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like in you?
In me.
Okay.
Like drinking, consumed.
I got you. I was
Consumed
just fucking
drinks
around
of
with you.
drinks.
I was just messing around.
That's what you like to do.
You know what? Hey, how many times have you shared this shit?
A couple. Why?
Because there's like 15 shares already. I love people.
I think some other people are actually sharing it.
That's bitching.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Joshua Hansen's chiming in real quick.
Oh, right quick and in a hurry.
It is good. Yeah.
Wait.
Thanks for the support.
So wait, swiping right is good or that's
He said
bad?
swipe right is good.
See now,
It's bad. No, you're supposed
Josh
to.
is single, so I don't. He
Oh,
would know more than us.
Oh, we don't know. Right. He
Yeah,
said,
he would know more than us.
He said swipe right is good. That means like you swipe right to bang.
Oh, to bang.
Is that what you're saying? Josh, help us out.
Help us out, man.
Joshua Hansen, he's saying swiping right is good. So that must be you swipe. Oh, I got it. Swipe left is like if you want to throw them away.
Like move on.
Move on.
Not throw them away because they're
away.
still women. Like you can't.
He said yes. Okay, we got it right now.
Okay.
All right.
So you swipe right. Swipe right is good.
Don't come looking for Tinder advice for us. So swipe right is good. Are you ready to start the show?
I was born ready.
You were born ready?
Born ready.
All right, so listen, Facebook, I know when you tune into our awesome show, you're used to hearing all these awesome sounds. But unfortunately, my iPad broke while I was on my trip, and I haven't replaced it yet.
What happened?
Yeah, it fell on the ground.
Oh, yeah? What were you doing?
Oh, watching some porn probably or something.
That was my guess.
No, I really wasn't. But it's already on its last legs. Like, it was already cracked, and it was dead for a while, and then I actually took it to sell it one day just to get rid of it. And the guy at the store, he knocked on the back of it, and it started working again.
Oh, that's the best way to fix something.
So, yeah, he just fucking knocked it, and he's like, if you knock it, it works again. So I'm like, great. So now I've had the iPad back for, like almost a year.
Yeah.
And then I drop it in the hotel room, and it didn't work again. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to knock it and do what that guy did. Well, I'm fucking knocking the shit out of the back of the iPad trying to fix it.
Here's a hammer.
Yeah, I was knocking it on the side of things, and it wasn't coming on. So, so iPad's broke, so no sounds.
iPad's broke it.
Broke it. So
now you need to sing the Crown City Crook song then.
That's
all right.
No, that was more like the Friends song.
Yeah, never mind. Just listen to the iTunes version, and you will hear the Crown City Crook song.
When you listen to the audio version, I'm actually going to edit it in.
Yeah.
So people can hear it. All right. Well.
Okay, so we just pretended like it started.
Oh, shit. Hey, everybody. Welcome to
welcome, Crude
Sports
Nation, episode 28.
28.
The uncensored podcast, sports podcast for the oil and gas industry.
That's what we are.
Okay.
You said it, mister.
Yeah, I'm getting better at doing a piece of your job.
Yeah, I know, because last week
I had to.
You had to do it without me.
Yeah.
But I'm back, y'all.
He's back.
I'm back. So last week we had somebody fill in for me. We had special guest,
Alex Middleton
from Pass the Gravy podcast and
94.5 The Buzz,
Houston's radio station.
Yeah,
the radio station.
Yeah, they got a morning show. It's funny as hell.
The Rod Ryan Show.
The Rod Ryan Show.
Yeah, so he's on that morning show. He's a part of that show, and he came and he filled in for us, for me, and you actually had to run the show.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it sucked.
Come on.
Like, well, no, not
you did a great job.
Not the show sucked, but I don't like I just like coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, normally I like coming in, smoking cigarettes, drinking beer, and talking shit.
Yeah.
But I had to set everything up, be all technical, and make sure our guest was happy, and make sure I was covering topics.
Yep.
Like, it was bullshit. I wanted it to be crazy me.
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't.
Well,
so
listen.
sad. So sad.
Sorry, I'm getting questions about our fantasy league.
Oh, well, let's pay attention to the podcast.
Yeah, I'm back. Hi. Hey. Short break. Welcome, everybody.
Check us out on Twitter at Crude Sports Talk.
Yep.
Like us on Facebook.
Oh, you have to like us on Facebook. We're nearing 1,000 likes on Facebook.
Oh, yes.
What are we going to give to our 1,000th like? Did you say 1,000th?
D's nuts.
Oh, no, you got to give him something special. Let's give him a hat.
Okay. Do we have any more hats?
I don't know. We'll get one done.
We'll find something.
Be our 1,000th like.
That kind of sucks for the other 999. Because they were on it from the beginning.
Yeah, but I know. They get the privilege of getting to watch our show all the time.
Let's raffle off for that whole 1,000.
Every single person in the 1,000 should go in a draw.
I think
for
so.
what?
A hat or whatever.
Pardon me. Oh,
that was disgusting.
I got some serious indigestion.
That was disgusting. You were eating that plane food, huh? That shit from the airplane?
The plane food was terrible.
I bet.
And not only that, I didn't have any choices. It was just one choice.
Oh.
Yeah.
As long as it's not fish, because fish on a plane is fucking disgusting.
I only had one choice.
Hey, David Spears is out there. First timer. Man.
First timer?
Glad you found us.
Hey, thanks, David.
That's awesome.
Right on.
Well, stick around. This shit will get good eventually.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, what else we got?
We want everybody to roll call on Facebook. Let us know where you're listening from, too. David, where are you listening from? Where's everybody else listening from? Don't forget to share the show on Facebook. And if you're listening on iTunes, don't forget to go and give us a nice review. So should we get started?
Yeah, let's.
What's coming up?
So in this episode here, this will give you a heads up. We're going to talk college football opens up with a great weekend. A little bit of dick stomping. Clearly late hits. Remembering a punter. I sadly recapped the USC game. NFL trades have been fantasy football-esque, and a scary line drive in this episode of Crude Sports Talk.
Right on.
So stick around. You'll hear all that shit, and you guys can weigh in on it. Oh, Oklahoma. Oh, I'm so glad that you are on there then, David, because we are going to have some talk.
Oh, boy.
About an upset this weekend and how it shook up the top 10.
Yeah. Hey, Josh Hansen just said a skateboard for $1,000.
Oh, that may not be a bad idea, except for that's a lot to ship. Like, it costs a lot to ship them.
We'll figure it out. We'll get it to them. But it'll be Crude
That's
Sports
a
Talk
good
logo
idea.
on it.
I'll have to,
Crude Sports Talk skateboard.
I'll have to redo it. Yeah, I'll build one.
Can you do one?
Yeah, I'll do a custom one.
Custom Crude Sports Talk skateboard.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
That'd be pretty cool. All right, let's think about it. Let's think about it.
Maybe that's what'll happen.
Okay.
Josh, good idea, man.
Hey, good idea, man. Everybody's going to unlike the page and then wait till there's 900.
No. I say we put in all 1,000.
Oh, we'll do a draw.
Yeah,
right,
we do a draw
okay,
for that whole 1,000.
Right. As soon as we hit 1,000, so you got to help us get to 1,000 then, everybody. You've got to forward it and pass it on and like it and share it and get people to like the page. When we hit 1,000, we're going to do a draw. Only the first 1,000 likes of our page are going to be entered in the draw.
So on Facebook, you can go check out the Concrete Soul skateboards page.
Yes.
And that'll kind of show you
what kind of boards we're talking about. Nice long boards. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's do it.
All right. That's not a bad idea. I kind of like that.
Very nice idea. Very nice.
Good job, Josh.
Yes, thank you, Josh.
Way to weigh in.
Listener Josh.
Music. The
Crown
music
City
you
Crooks?
hear on this? Yeah, Crown City Crooks.
Crown City Crooks. They're a great band out of Los Angeles. They have allowed us to use all their music. Check them out at crowncitycrooks.com.
Check them out on iTunes.
And on, of course, my favorite, Spotify. What about our website?
Our website is done by Original Creative. That's Original Creative with a K.
.com.
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 I was getting there.
You were getting there pretty slow.
Okay, but piss off. What about your watch? Oh, you're not wearing it.
Oh, I'm not wearing it today.
All right, so we are sponsored by the Garwood watch.
Yeah.
They are having a Labor Day sale because it is Labor Day.
These are handcrafted
wood watches,
man. These things are dope. I get asked about this watch every single place I go. I get asked about it.
Do you?
Yeah,
I don't get asked about it
all
every
the time.
place, but
at the draft, it
every
was like,
so often.
nice watch, man. And it was like, yeah. Oh, we'll talk about my draft in a minute. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got a sale right now. The American Maple watches, all of them are $99.
Yep.
Put in promo code CRUDE.
Yep.
Get yourself 15% off. If there's an issue, email us.
There's no issue.
And we'll call.
Just go there and put in the promo code LABOR.
We'll handle some
and
shit.
And then the promo code CRUDE.
And there it is.
Yeah. And the best way to get there is to go to our website, crudesportstalk.com/thegarwood.
Yeah. That's the best way to go.
That's the best way. You'll get all the best prices doing it that way. So,
Wheel of Drinks. You just flew in last night. We're not going to do the wheel. We're just going to drink some beer.
Yeah, I got in late.
Yeah, you got in late.
Okay, let's have one, actually. This one was my pre-warmer, my precursor.
Okay.
And it's empty. All right. So, you said you put an oil and gas story up, and it's not up here. Did you put it somewhere else?
No. I don't know.
I don't have. Do you have it in your notes?
Maybe I do.
Oh, shit. It's amateur night at the Apollo.
Well, here, I will just half-ass the story then.
Yeah, like it's interesting.
So this week there was
speaking of Oklahoma,
in the Midwest, yeah, speaking of Oklahoma, there was a 5.1 earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
And what is being said is that the geologists had warned the oil industry that the fracking that was going on out there was assisting the fault line in spreading a bit, and that it was possible that this may happen. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm not a geologist.
Right.
I'm not a seismometer. I don't know how any of that shit work.
I've heard of fracking causing earthquakes, but
they shut down 37 wells for it.
They shut them down.
Yeah. So I don't know how long they're going to be down, but I believe all those were just in Oklahoma, actually.
It was just Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll kind of have to read it and see how that story develops and see what happens. Because I know that there's a lot of pro-fracking, anti-fracking. Nobody really knows. But if this is part of that little section, then, I mean, they were warned. And maybe nobody knew.
Right.
Like, okay, well, these are crazy scientists, and maybe it happens. There's a 10% chance.
Right.
There's a 90% chance it doesn't.
See, but I have heard of when you're fracking wells, like, you know how they'll frack them in stages, right? And then there's actually, zipper fracks and that sort of thing that they do, too, where it's like multi-wells, right?
Okay.
But I have heard of like other wells miles away that get popped or get blown because of the fracking that's going on, over here, right? And I've heard about that up in Canada a couple years ago. So it's not a new thing that this is going on, but the fact that it's moving a fault in the ground, it's hard to say. I don't know.
Well, they move anyways. It's just saying it's helping it along. So, because those fault lines are always moving.
Right.
The plates.
Right. So David on Facebook here just said, 20 miles from my house, shook our house for like 2 minutes.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It reminds me of California.
Does it?
Well, yeah. You would feel an earthquake and you would like roll over and just go, oh, hey, was that an earthquake? Yeah. All right. And go right back
whatever, right?
Because it happens so often. But
lots of tremors. Yeah.
But it doesn't happen quite as often. I think the last one that was sizable was in like 2011 in the Midwest.
Really?
But they do have a fault line. I think it's the Meridian Fault.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
That runs through the Midwest.
Okay.
It's just not as active as the San Andreas Fault.
So is there a link to the story that we can put up on the show notes?
Yeah, we'll put it up on the show notes.
Yeah, we'll put a link to the story to talk about it a little more.
Or else I'll just pretend that I found it somewhere.
Like you actually
I may have made it up.
You cracked the story?
No, I didn't crack the story. Maybe I did.
Crude Sports Talk, cracking all stories.
That's right. We're cracking something.
Right on.
Okay. But that's kind of all it is. I thought it was interesting. I saw it come across our newswire. Beep, 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 beep.
Good sound.
That was pretty good, huh?
Fuck, I wish I had my laptop, man. Like, I'm so lost without it. Not my laptop, my iPad.
Your iPad, who has all our sounds.
It's all the sounds. My little soundboard is right here. I could make a rooster crow.
I
could make some sheep go.
We need some more sponsors. That way we can just buy a Crude Sports Talk iPad.
To
hold all the sounds.
If every single person that likes our page just donated 50 cents, we could buy a new one.
I'm not asking them for shit.
Come on, man. Support the page. It's like a GoFund us.
They are. Share it. Share the page. Eventually, we will get what we need.
More big sponsors.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Okay. Let's move on. Wow, that got really awkwardly quiet. I thought you were gonna pick up the fucking slack on that one. Oh. Holy shit, you're rusty.
We missed a week and we're just fucking out of sync and everything.
So rusty.
Oh my god, that's so
rusty.
All right, let's move on. Quiet.
Are we gonna move on to the Outbox?
Glenn's Outbox, everybody. This is something we've been doing for a few weeks. We've been getting a lot of good feedback on it, and what Glenn does is Glenn picks a topic of the week, a hot topic, and he writes a letter. He vents, basically. He brain dumps all of his feelings and emotions into a letter, but he doesn't send it. He's not going to put a stamp on it and put it in the mail until he runs it by Crude Sports Talk.
Right.
So what do you got this week?
I would like to know what Crude Nation thinks. Should I send it or not? So, on Saturday, the highly anticipated matchup of number 1 ranked Alabama taking on number 27 ranked USC. Officials ejected Jabari Ruffin in the first half of the Trojans' 52-6 loss to the Crimson Tide after he stomped on Alabama cornerback Minkah Fitzpatrick's groin at the end of a special teams play. You have since come out and suspended him for the first half of the next game with basically a peewee team in Utah State. I don't agree with this punishment, so my letter this week goes out to USC Trojans head coach.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise,
You kind of surprised I'm taking on my own team?
Well, a little bit, because these are your boys.
Like when NFL left LA.
Yeah.
USC, UCLA, those became the LA like sports teams.
That's all you had left.
So that's all we had. So here we go.
Right.
Dear Coach Clay Helton, I was excited when the interim tag was taken off of your head coach title. You have the skill set to be a good coach for USC. You reminded me of some of the qualities that I've heard about and read about in Coach McKay. I had such high hopes for you. Your recent actions have fucked that up for me. In a game I have been waiting anxiously for months, I was let down as a fan of the Trojans. Not by the poor play of the O-line, not by the inability to move the ball on the ground or through the air, and not by the absence of the defense from the start of the second quarter. Not even the fact that it was the worst season opening loss for USC ever. No, it was your reaction and punishment of linebacker Jabari Ruffin after his inability to control himself on special teams. He was ejected from the game, and you added a half a game suspension. That's fucking weak. Are we beginning to see you losing control of your team? Shit, you were already dealing with the loss of a linebacker and a defensive end. They were suspected of assaulting a woman at an off-campus apartment after they gave her drugs and alcohol. One is also suspected of later assaulting the same woman in Utah where she lives 2 weeks later. They fucking Snapchatted this. You needed to make examples of behavior unbecoming the long legacy that is a USC Trojan. This is your legacy. You are squandering an opportunity to mold these young men into not only great football players such as Marcus Allen, Ronnie Lott, Carson Palmer, Lynn Swann, Junior Seau, Troy Polamalu, Frank Gifford, Clay Matthews, Brian Cushing, Ray Maualuga, and many, many more, but to mentor them to become great men. This may not be in the written job description, but it is your moral obligation to coach them in life. In the same shot of a player either making a mental error or showing his true stripes like Jabari Ruffin, going cleats to balls, is the polar opposite of your return man and cornerback, Adoree Jackson. He was the player tackled on the play. He was the player with an outstretched hand attempting to help the player from the other team up. He was the player during the game with no chance to win, chasing down a running back from the other side of the field 60 yards to at least save a touchdown for that play. I would like to hear more from you about that, but I don't. You are the head coach of a program with so much history. I expected more from you as a lifelong Trojan fan and a fan of sports in general. We have shown that as fans we can remove a coach, and if you don't get your house in order, then I will gladly be the one to lead this uprising. Just a bit of advice. Crude Sports Talk.
Okay. There it is, Glenn's Outbox. So what exactly... Let me ask you this.
Okay.
What are you upset about? It wasn't stiff enough?
I don't think that the punishment was stiff enough. I think you have to make an example that shit is not tolerated.
I mean, for those of you that didn't see...
Because it was purposeful.
What happened? I mean, like, so after a play...
Yeah, so it was a kickoff.
Yep.
A kickoff or a punt? I think it was a kickoff.
Okay.
Yeah, Alabama scored.
Right.
And so
it was on special teams.
Yeah, it was on special teams. So Alabama scores.
Yeah.
They come back. They tackle the guy. The Alabama guy's still on the ground. Adoree Jackson has his hand out trying to help the guy up.
Right.
And the USC guy steps over the Alabama guy and in the midst of it looks down and kind of stomps his balls.
Yeah.
As he was walking away.
Pretty bad, right?
Which is pretty bad. Like that shit shouldn't be tolerated.
No, and I saw it too. I watched the video and it was definitely purposeful.
No, it was very He meant to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm upset with you're the head coach. I think you need to make an example. Like, we will not tolerate this.
Right.
And you do. You're training these guys. Like, if that guy sits 2 games, you're sitting him half a game for a shitty opponent. That doesn't make me feel bad at all. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're sitting me.
So
you're not even going to need me in the second half of that game.
Here's my question, because we talked about this before. I don't follow college that much, right? What doesn't the league have a punishment for him for that?
No, I think the NCAA can come back if they don't think it's strong enough.
Right.
And this just came down like today. So they may still come back and say, hey, you may need to go stronger, but usually they leave it up to the team.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of get into it later. There was another hit in another game, and that guy got half a game too. So we'll talk about that when we get into the NCAA a bit.
Right. Okay. Speaking of football a little bit, I know we're going to go into college, but Darren Bradley goes, why don't you guys have the Labor Day Classic on? So the Labor Day Classic is a CFL football game between the Edmonton Eskimos and the Calgary Stampeders.
We don't get that here.
Rough Rider. Oh, yeah, we do. Hey,
no,
ESPN,
we don't.
too.
No, we don't.
Yeah, it's here.
No, we don't.
You actually could put it on right now. How much you want to bet?
I'm not betting anything.
You know. They play all the CFL games here.
I don't think we get... It doesn't pass that northern curtain.
The crappy football league, CFL.
I like it, dude. I kind of enjoy it.
I know. Americans love it. I don't know why. Like, every time I talk to an American about the CFL, they seem to, absolutely love it. So
it's just fun.
Yeah.
It seems fun. It's very high-paced.
Yeah. It's the Battle of Alberta right now, so who's winning? Darren, let us know. We're not going to turn it on. So, we also don't have the FSU Ole Miss game on right now, do we?
No, I meant to turn that on because that's part of my top 5 this week.
Right.
but I recorded it, so I'm going to end up watching it after this is done.
Okay.
That way I can have kind of good notes and see where I'm sitting my top 5.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good.
Speaking of, let's get into some NCAA.
Man, before we do, I got to tell you about my football draft.
Oh shit. You want to wait for the NFL, or you want to wait? You want to go now?
We can talk about it at NFL.
Just go now.
Okay, well,
just go now.
Well, while I was gone, and you had the guest star Alex Middleton filling in for me, which thank you for having me back, by the way, and not reverting to him.
Happy to have you back.
Not reverting to Alex.
Happy to have you back.
He was actually really good.
You have all the equipment.
Excuse me, still choking up phlegm from Saturday night. So we go to the draft, and my whole thought going into the draft was, I didn't have a lot of picks early on. I had a first round and a third round, and then I had no second, no fourth, no fifth. Right?
I looked at your draft board.
Yeah.
And you were saying before, like, hey, your draft, let's make it like our draft, and my draft, let's kind of make it our draft.
Yeah.
And I looked at yours, and I went, no, that's your draft.
Oh, asshole.
Come
on, no.
That's your team.
Hey, I got a good young team with a lot of upside. I got a lot of upside going on. But I'm just saying, I thought you'd be proud that I took your boy Ben. I traded away Tom Brady and got Ben Roethlisberger.
I like that.
Middle of the draft. It happened like on a whim.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, okay. And then, okay. So my whole plan going in was not to get too drunk. Because I'll be honest with you, I've never done like a sticker draft.
I've always done online. That's the best
I'm
part.
I'm still burping from fucking Saturday because this is what happened. So I must have had maybe 6 or 7 beers, right? Maybe.
Okay.
And then I pack up my stuff. The draft's over, and my brother-in-law, who I'm in the league with, is like, no, nobody's going anywhere. In the way he talks, right?
Yeah, super Canadian.
Nobody's going anywhere, no. And so we stayed, and of course, Flip Cup table comes out, and it's time to play some Flip Cup. And which, by the way, I'm pretty good at Flip Cup, I must say. Anyways, somebody, and I don't know who it was, might have been me, had the bright idea of actually doing Fireball Flip Cup.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, so we did Fireball Flip Cup, which has a good ring to it, right?
Fireball.
Yeah, so we played Fireball Flip Cup, and we had one guy there, and he was somebody's friend, John. We called him Liam, too. I don't know if he's watching.
I don't know why. Why? Is there a reason you called him Liam, too?
Because there's another Liam, and he looked like that guy. He looked like our buddy Liam.
Oh, okay.
So anyways, long story short, he was so drunk when we were playing Flip Cup, he would take a drink, and he would spit it out and then flip his cup. Like, he would literally spit out all the beer.
What?
Yeah, and it spat all over everybody. It was so fucking gross. He was so drunk.
Why was he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was so drunk, dude. He was hurting.
Huh.
So anyway, so I think
so you're proud of your draft.
Yeah. I thought
you're proud of what you were able to do.
I think I was able to accomplish
little.
quite a bit with it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, so I was happy with it. Should I rattle off the players? Here's what I got. Here's my team. Here, I'll throw it real quick, and then we'll get on to some real news. My team consists of the following: Ben Roethlisberger at running back, Derrick Henry, Ryan Matthews, Thomas Rawls, Devontae Booker. Young, right?
Young.
Devontae, yeah. Brandon Marshall at wide receiver, Emmanuel Sanders, Will Fuller, Tyler Boyd, Josh Doxson, Rashard Perryman, and Ted Ginn. Dwayne Allen's my tight end. I have Green Bay as a defense, and Dan Carpenter as my kicker.
Oh, I still don't have a kicker in my draft.
Yeah,
I still don't.
Are you serious? So hold on. In your draft, you don't have to draft a kicker.
No, I don't have to.
Okay, in our draft, you have to draft a kicker because you have to play a legal league or a legal. You can't have an illegal lineup.
I just have to pick a kicker up before the first
game.
So
one of the guys, not going to name any names, Nelson, did not pick up a kicker. He did not pick up a kicker and thought that, hey, you know what? I don't need to pick up a kicker because you know who he had as a keeper? Your boy Martavis Bryant, who's out for the year. So he said, I'm not going to pick up a kicker, and I'm just going to put one in the waiver wire. So he fucked everybody else by not picking up a kicker. I'm just saying.
Why did that fuck everybody else?
Because I was 2 picks after him, and he picked DeAndre Washington for his 4th last pick, but he still didn't have a quarterback, a defense, or a kicker.
Okay.
Right? So he should have shifted that up and had to pick those 3 guys.
Why? Just because you think he should have doesn't mean he should have.
And then I would have got DeAndre Washington, who I was supposed to pick that round, and he fucking snaked him. Thanks, Nelson. Anyways.
Nelson, I don't have a problem with what you did.
Wow, you're going to take Nelson's side.
Well, I just, just because...
No, fucking take Nelson's
just
side.
Just because you think a guy should be picked somewhere doesn't mean that I think a guy should be picked somewhere.
I think you have to have a legal lineup, and if the rules are the rules.
Why? No, you have to have a legal lineup by the start of the game.
That's what I see. That was my first argument, and then everybody else was like, no, and then the guy who.
But that's your draft. So if that's how your draft is set up, then it's legal or it's not legal. I don't know, but I know like ours, yeah, it is. It's by the start of the game, and really they don't give a shit. So if you don't play a kicker, that's on you, dipshit.
No, you can't do that in this league. For some reason, you have to have. If you're not allowed to not play a spot.
Oh no shit.
No, you're not.
No, you'll see dudes in our league who like got busy or something and don't have a running back in.
Right.
And I'm not texting him being like, "Hey, you forgot a running back."
In our league, you get fined for doing that. Huh. And you know what else you get fined for?
What?
A dick move like the same guy Nelson pulled last year. I wasn't in the league then, but you know what he did? He went and he fucking right before a game started.
Yeah.
Another team needed a quarterback. He went and picked up every fucking quarterback and dropped them. So then they were undraftable or they couldn't pick them up.
That sounds like
that's a dick move.
That is a dick move, but it sounds like a chess match.
But anyways, he got fined $50, and the $50 went towards the good food spread. So thanks, Nelson.
Oh, thanks, Nelson. Sounds like you have a preconceived notion about Nelson before you even started the draft, though.
I'll tell you, I know Nelson. I've known Nelson for a while. Yeah,
you already kind of knew how you felt.
I knew how I feel about Nelson.
Sounds like an interesting draft.
Another one is Riley, a.k.a. Gary Thomas, who just said my team sucks.
Dude, I don't, like, my shit doesn't update. It doesn't keep updating. It's weird.
That's your iPad.
Yeah.
At least you have an iPad.
I know. Mine's not
broken, yeah.
All
right, let's get on to some news.
Oh.
College football.
Yeah, so.
All right, you really wanted to talk college today.
I did. There was a lot of shit. So
you're going to make me a college fan.
I saw
before you know it.
Pete was on. Pete has been asking us for weeks and weeks about college.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit. So opening weekend this weekend, saw a lot of upsets already. And number 15 ranked U of H, University of Houston, took on number 3 ranked Oklahoma and beat them 33-23. It was
really
fucking sick. I watched that game, and it was, dude, they U of H jumped up my rankings by that game.
Because of U of H, that's a big win.
They were it was a big win, and they looked good. So after, I was kind of worried that they may have a letdown season after such a good season last year.
Right.
But they didn't. It was a fucking great game. And then you had unranked Wisconsin taking on number 5 LSU up in Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin beat them 16-14.
Really?
Yep. So knocked out the number 5. So now number 3 is knocked out. Number 5 is knocked out.
Yeah.
Unranked Texas A&M takes on number 16 UCLA. UCLA lost to them in overtime, 31-24.
Jeez.
Which that softened the blow for me a bit with the Alabama game.
Okay.
Because USC and UCLA don't get along.
Okay. So you're happy they lost.
So I'm kind of happy, but college is weird. So I also really kind of have to root for Pac-12 teams, guys in the same conference.
Why?
Because if I beat them, if USC plays them and beats them, and they're undefeated, that is better for USC.
Even though USC already lost a game.
Even though USC lost to number 1 Alabama.
Right.
And they lost the first game of the season out of conference.
Right.
So they can come back from that. This team won't come back from that, but I need the Pac-12 teams to be really good.
Yeah.
Because the better they are, the stronger your conference is, the better your strength of schedule is.
Okay. That makes perfect sense. I know it makes sense.
But A&M knocked off number 16 UCLA, and then in double overtime, unranked Texas last night beat number 9 Notre Dame 50-47.
In double overtime?
Double overtime.
That's fucked up.
Which Notre Dame's not in my conference.
Right.
But there's always been this long rivalry, USC Notre Dame.
Right.
So it was cool to see. I don't like the Longhorns.
Well, isn't that back in the Mark Sanchez days? That rivalry?
Oh, no, it's been around for...
It's been before that? Okay.
Forever.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was the upsets that I can remember. If you guys can remember anything else that I couldn't remember, there's fucking 80 games going on. I can't remember who.
There's
fucking
a lot of
shit.
college football. See, and that might be part of it too, Glenn, is that there's
too
so much college football, and there's so many divisions, and there's so many, like you just said, you want to, if you lose a game in your conference, you want your conference to win so that when you play them, you can go beat them and then you look better.
Right.
Because you can't beat a bad team. So there's no freebies in college, which is nice.
And if you beat a bad team, like say this team is really shitty, and you beat them 21-7, don't mean shit.
Really?
You're supposed to get like 63-0. Like, you're supposed to crush their ass.
So there's no, and that's the other thing is you have to run the score up.
You have to run the score up.
All right.
If you're supposed, like, nobody gives you kudos for beating a team you're supposed to beat.
Right.
But the only problem I see is now,
dude, the Florida State game's not on until 7.
Oh, we're good then.
Yeah, it hasn't even started.
But U of H now this week, I can't remember exactly who they play. But this is one of those that could be a trap game because it's not a very good team. They're coming off a huge win.
Yep.
So as long as they stay on top of their shit, like their games from here on out, Louisville is a tough one for them.
Okay.
Other than that, they should win the rest for sure.
Yeah.
If they do, their strength schedule is not that strong except for Oklahoma and Louisville, and they have to win out, and they have to win like decisively.
Okay.
For them to have a shot.
Wow.
Even if they go undefeated.
Who else is like on the fucking teetering board with college football? I want to know.
What do you mean?
Oh, I want to know. Like, I want people on Facebook to chime in and let me know if I'm the only one that's like, you know.
Oh, like you could take it or leave it kind of thing?
Yeah.
It's too much on a Saturday and then NFL on a Sunday and a Monday.
Yeah, man, I already get enough flack for watching football all day on one day on Sundays for NFL, man. Can you imagine if I was like really into college?
It's hard, and I don't watch all the games.
Yeah.
But I read about most of them.
Okay, so you keep up.
Yeah, I just kind of keep up with them. Some of the games, some of the matchups I really want to see because I know it's most likely going to be a really good game. But most of them I read. I read about it.
Right.
Or I'll listen to it, on the way to work or at work. I can listen.
Right.
So that's kind of how I get my fix without impacting the family too much.
Right.
I still do.
No, that's good.
But
we do NFL. We do Sundays in the bar when you're not working.
Yeah, and that's a long day of
drinking. It is a long day.
And then we got to wake up early to take the kids to school the next day. That's a tough one.
That's fun.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, I may throw up on the way. But it's okay. So speaking of LSU, dude, at the end of this game with Wisconsin, number 6 LSU, they were on offense.
Right.
So
they threw an interception.
They threw an interception to safety Dakota Dixon.
Right.
And then LSU's offensive lineman, Josh Boot.
Yep.
Came up following the interception and blindsided, kind of like a clothesline hit.
It was
fucking nasty. Like
it was nasty.
He decleated him. He went perpendicular. And it was very nasty. And looking at it, I was like, at first, it was kind of the same thing you thought. Because I put the video in the show notes, and it was like, oh, okay, well, dude, the guy went down and got right back up, and he was half-ass running and celebrating at the same time. So maybe the guy didn't see it. He's the lineman. Maybe he wasn't paying attention to that. Maybe he was on the ground, got up and saw a guy running and hit him. And then I started looking into it and watching different YouTube videos that had longer and different angles.
Right.
And like you hadn't seen those. You saw the one video that I put up, which is just the quick shot.
I saw him come out of nowhere.
Right.
So what I wanted to see was an angle where I could see what he was seeing all the time.
And so
because I thought he just thought the whistle didn't blow.
Right. And that is understandable until I saw there was so most of it was from behind the defense's point of view. But then there was one, and he was out of the shot.
Right.
So then there was another one where it was behind the quarterback. And you could see him. He was the right tackle. He was across the field, and you see him kind of veering right towards the defender.
Right.
And I can't see his eyes. I don't know exactly what he was looking at, but you see in that same shot his head, his helmet facing that way,
and the guy's knee.
And the guy's he's on the ground.
Oh, he's on the ground. It wasn't a knee or anything.
Yeah, he was on the ground.
No way.
And then he pops up, and this guy just kept trucking like a fucking train.
Because let me see if I understand this right. In college, when you're down on a knee, you're down. You don't have to be touched.
No, you don't have to be touched. You're down. You're down. You only need 1 foot in bounds to catch a pass.
I knew that one. Yeah.
And if you're down, you're down. Nobody has to touch you.
Yeah. Sorry, this is College 101. Sorry, guys.
So I don't know, dude. It was kind of nasty, but I think the worst part to me, I didn't like that. He was immediately thrown out of the game, which had 53 seconds left of the game.
Right.
And he was suspended for half of the next game as well, which kind of goes back to the USC thing.
I got you. Yeah.
But I didn't like so LSU's head coach, Les Miles, he came kind of to his defense during the post-game interview.
Right.
And was saying, hey, he's not that kind of guy.
Right.
I'll have to check the tape, but he's not that kind of guy. Well, I checked the tape. Like, I'm not an analyst, but I did spend a lot of, this was a 2-minute clip.
Yeah.
And I spent probably 25, 30 minutes backing it up and going forward and looking at everything I could see that was available to me.
Right.
And it was intentional. Like, he was frustrated. He was pissed.
You 100% think it was intentional?
I think it was 100% intentional.
I don't know, man.
Now,
I think he's playing to the whistle, and he didn't hear a whistle.
Everybody else was walking off the field.
Doesn't matter. You play to the fucking whistle.
Nah. Well,
what if the whistle hadn't gone? What if he runs for a touchdown?
The whistle went as soon as the guy... You can hear it. As soon as the guy went down, there was a whistle. Because that's the end of the play.
I didn't hear the whistle. Was there a whistle in that video?
You didn't hear sound. I didn't put sound on that video.
Well, son of a bitch. That's why I didn't hear the whistle.
So, I don't know. I mean, dude, take a look, everybody. Go check out the show notes, kind of take a look, and let me know what you think. Like, to me, I think it was kind of bullshit. I understand his frustration.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting beat by a team you shouldn't get beat by. But at the same time, you got to be smarter.
All right, we got Angel Rodriguez says it was intentional for real here on Facebook Live.
Okay.
I gave him a thumbs up.
Thumbs up that shit. All right, so after all this shit, I've got a top 5 for the weekend.
Okay. Let's hear it. Is this the last thing about college?
No, dude.
There's more
There's
college?
some cool shit, yeah. Well, dude, it was a huge college weekend.
Well, then let's get going.
Our fans want to hear this shit. So before this weekend, I think I kind of like Clemson, like most of the country, as number 1.
Okay. Clemson as number 1.
But after this weekend, I've got Alabama as number 1. And, like, they smoked USC.
Right.
But the biggest part to me was they started a quarterback, and then they brought in this freshman, like, towards the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts. And this kid looks good.
Really?
Like, super good. Can run.
Yeah.
Can throw.
Yeah.
Makes great decisions. And that's something, that dual threat, Alabama hasn't really had that in this capacity.
Yeah.
In a long, long time.
Really?
Like, to me, that pumped them up even more. Their defense looked good. So I've got Alabama number 1.
Okay.
Clemson I've got as number 2.
Okay.
And that's and then I've got Houston 3.
Houston
I
with
do
the
have
big upset.
With the big upset. They're
Wow.
a strong team.
Okay.
They had a dude, I can't remember. I wish I could remember the whole details. So it was a field goal, a long, long field goal.
Yeah.
And he was kind of sitting at the goalpost, back of the end zone line, just sitting there.
Yeah.
They kick it. They come up short. He grabs it. And the guys are kind of walking like they didn't even see him back there.
Right.
And he takes off.
And he runs it
99 yards. It was fucking sick.
all the way.
All the way.
No shit.
So, not that it was
That's
a
always
trick play,
exciting.
because they sat him back there. I mean, he wasn't hiding.
No.
But he was all the way back there, kind of out of everybody's sight line.
Yeah.
And so that was cool. And they do a little bit of trick plays, which, against a really, really good team, you're not going to pull those off all the time.
No, I mean,
but they don't do enough to where it worries me. Like, their defense is good.
Right.
Their running game is good. Their
Okay.
quarterback is good.
well, let's see what happens.
So I kind of like them at 3, and then now my 4 or 5 spot, I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with this FSU Ole Miss game.
Are you? Okay. So
Yeah.
whoever wins, you're putting in the number 5 spot?
No.
Okay.
It depends on how good this game is.
Okay.
So if FSU comes in with a strong game,
Yeah.
I think that they probably get the 4 spot.
You mean the 5?
No,
Oh, no, that's number 4 you're talking
They
about.
get
Okay.
the 4 spot.
They get the 4. Okay.
Yeah. And then
Where does Ole Miss go? They
If-
go to 5?
no, they're back a little bit.
If FSU beats them, they're going back. Okay.
Yeah, and then I would put probably Ohio State at number 5. Now, if FSU loses, I would put Ohio State 4, and then either Michigan or Stanford would jump up into my 5 spot.
Okay.
So, just
Gotcha.
out of curiosity, the problem with college is, man, you see that shit move all year.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes against the rankings.
I
and
got you.
who plays who, and who loses to who affects who won before.
Right.
So, but
Okay.
that's my top 5. Like it or don't like it.
All right, there you go. Top 5.
Another cool story is the Pitt running back,
James
Conner.
Conner, yeah.
We had talked about him way back. He had Hodgkin lymphoma. He was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma
Right.
this past year.
Right.
And he led the Panthers out of the tunnel, overcame it. He scored himself 2 touchdowns in the game.
No way.
In their win over Villanova in Heinz Field.
Oh, yeah, of course. Heinz
So
Field, your favorite field.
that was pretty cool. Like, that was one of those stories where you hope that guy does well.
Good for him.
And he did well.
Yeah, for sure. Good comeback story, right?
That was a great comeback story.
Yeah, for sure.
And then paying tribute to it. So Nebraska during their game with Fresno. Was it Fresno? Fresno State. Oh, Fresno State.
Fresno State.
Yeah. They paid tribute to the recent loss of their punter,
Right.
Sam Foltz. So Foltz died in a car accident in July of this year,
Right.
along with the former Michigan State punter. And actually the LSU punter was in the car. He had minor injuries, but the two other punters died. And they were actually teaching a kicking camp.
Okay.
They were on their way back from that.
Yeah.
Which that sucks. Like, you're there to help out.
Right.
And, yeah, they got into a car accident. I guess it was wet, and there may have been speed involved.
Sure, yeah.
Not like speed, but like driving too
like
fast.
driving speed. Yeah.
Yeah, not like meth or anything like
No,
that.
I feel you. Yeah.
But it was cool. They came up. So when their first opportunity Nebraska's first opportunity to punt,
Yeah.
they went onto the field with 10 guys
10 guys, and no punter.
and no punter, and they took the delay of game.
Yeah.
And Fresno State declined the penalty.
Yeah.
Uh,
Classy.
The video is up, and like, to me, watching that, it kind of teared me up. Like, I don't get upset about a lot of things. Like, I don't show emotion about a lot of things.
Right.
But it did tear me up a bit.
It's pretty classy.
It was really fucking classy.
No doubt. Cool.
That's kind of all I got on that.
Right on.
Do you want to do the? I don't really want to do the fucking Alabama.
How about
recap.
I'll do the Alabama USC recap. Alabama won. USC scored 6 points.
Yeah,
Done.
2 field goals.
2 field goals.
2 fucking field goals.
They held their own. It was only 10-3 in the second quarter.
Dude, the first quarter they were up 3-0.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing.
Yeah, they were doing great.
I was like, oh, this shit's about to go down.
And you were wrong.
So they came out in that second quarter.
Yeah.
And that new quarterback I was talking about, the freshman.
Yep.
He came out first play, muffed a handoff.
Yeah.
And fumbled the ball. USC got it.
Yeah.
Second play he comes out, touchdown.
Gosh.
Like, this kid, he's really good. So that was after that touchdown is when they had the kick to the balls on special teams.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I think it was 1 or 2 plays after that, SC
Yeah.
throws an interception, pick 6. So at that point, I think that Ramsey deal kind of turned the tide. Not
You
that
think
it's
so?
his fault.
You think so?
It's not his fault
All
at
right.
all.
All right.
But that kind of turned the tide, and Alabama just rolled. Get it? Roll Tide.
Yeah, I got that.
Get it?
Yeah, I got that.
All right.
Nice. So
I'm good with. I'm excited. Like, I'm happy to watch college football. I'm happy to get my updates and read that shit. But
okay, let's
move on.
back real quick.
Let's go back.
Well, no, we gotta read some comments here real quick. Yeah, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. So Fighting Irish, Joshua says Fighting Irish.
Yeah, piss on you, Josh.
Houston. How far do you see Oregon jumping for stomping lowly UC Davis?
Not much.
Not much.
Not much.
No.
Nope.
Just because there was a shitty win,
Like,
or a
yeah,
shitty
I mean,
team that they beat, or what?
Like, and Stanford was kind of the same way.
Yeah.
I don't have Stanford jumping huge.
Yeah.
Because they beat a team that they're supposed to beat, and I don't know. They're both Pac-12 teams.
Yeah.
So I really need both of them to do well.
Sure.
And then I need USC to beat them.
So the fact that Oregon won,
But
that's good.
They
right?
won is good. I just, like, they're not going to drop.
Right.
They're not going to jump up too high.
Right.
That's my take.
Cool. Magda says, hi, guys. Hi, Magda. And Angel says, great recap. I think he was referring to my recap of the game.
Dude, that's Magdalena.
Magdalena. Yeah, it's Magda.
Magdalena.
It's Magda. You know Magda. That's Darren's wife.
Oh.
Darren, friend of the show.
Yeah,
He was on
friend
our
of the show.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show's wife, Magda. Hi.
Hold on, Angel. Who's great recap?
My recap.
That sucks.
He's talking about my recap.
I wrote that fucking recap.
Jeremy's recap or Glenn's recap?
Oh, no, your recap was... You
my
shortened
recap
up my
was,
recap.
They suck.
Dick.
It was over.
All right, let's move on, because there's been... Dude, this week my phone... So I get
I wish I had my sounds.
I get notification. Bing, boom, boom.
What does the NFL sound one like?
Ding, dong, dong.
Bink. Bump.
Oh, yeah, that's the...
I've always wanted to do that in the microphone.
That was not good, but it was all right.
I'm a beatboxing.
Like, that was all right.
All right, cool. On to the NFL. Oh, you're drinking.
I was taking a
We're
drink,
doing
man.
another awkward pause. All right, let's have a beer, actually. I'm all out.
So, yeah, this week, dude, I get notifications on my phone from, like, Bleacher Report and ESPN.
Yeah.
And it, like, lights up.
Nonstop.
Dude, it was nonstop with NFL shit. Like, the craziness that was going on after everybody cut to their 53-man rosters. Like, there was all kinds of craziness.
Yeah.
Who got cut? Let's start with the who got cut, because
Who
this
got
was a
cut?
weird one.
Cut it out.
So, the Baltimore Ravens released running back Justin Forsett.
Justin Forsett cut.
surprised the shit out of me.
Right? Until
He was their starting running back
until
they released him and then picked him up for a better price.
$24 million salary cap save that was.
That's kind of a dick move, don't you think?
But somebody else could have picked him up.
Yeah, they could have.
That's the thing, but like nobody else wanted him.
Well, did anybody else? Like, I think running backs
Even
right
as
now
a
is pretty
backup.
solid. Look at all the teams. Do you see a horrible running back anywhere?
Yeah.
But that's kind of all I have on that. I thought it was weird that they dropped him, and then when I saw that they picked him up, they may have a deal in place with him behind the curtain,
Right.
and saying, "Hey, man, we're going to drop you,
Right.
and we'll pick you back up, and you won't lose out," because you don't want a guy that you just fucked out of 24 mil running for you as your starting running back, because he may be upset.
He may run angry then.
I don't think he's going to run angry for you.
All right, we'll see. But they got Terrence West there.
Yeah.
They got old Buck Allen. They got Kenneth Dixon.
And I don't think
they have a lot of people.
But none of them are, I don't think, a better starter than Forsett.
Well, Terrence West had a good preseason.
Yeah, but it's preseason.
Can you believe the NFL starts on Thursday? I'm so freaking excited, man. This is so great. Woo! Yesterday was the last boring Sunday
I didn't think yesterday was boring.
of 2016.
Oh, that's true. Did you see the Chiefs? Kind of, dude.
They're in a pickle.
They are in a pickle.
Okay, well, what's wrong?
They were kind of relying on Justin Houston coming back healthy and leading that defense.
Right.
Yeah, that's not going to happen at least for, 6 weeks? 6 games?
They put him on the PUP.
He's on the PUP, the physically unable to perform list.
Right.
So
knee issues? Is
no,
that what he's
yeah,
with?
more knee
Knee
issues.
issues, yeah.
And he's been battling them for, 2 seasons now?
Yeah.
He missed 5 games last season.
Yep.
And he's a mainstay in their defense.
Right.
Like, I think that they may be in trouble. Like, I would like for us to redo all our divisions now because so much shit has happened. I think our picks suck.
No doubt. But, hey, they're in stone, man. We made the picks.
Well, and this is funny because this week is weird because it happened so early. It feels like it took forever, and so much happened after that.
Right.
But the Minnesota Vikings lost quarterback Teddy Bridgewater.
Speaking of knees, it was a gruesome knee injury.
Yeah, so he dislocated his knee, tore his ACL during the non-contact drill at practice on Tuesday.
He was just dropping back for a pass.
He was just dropping back for a pass and went down.
Planted wrong, yeah.
And, dude, this is when they're saying, like, he's out for at least a year.
At least. It could have ruined his
It could be
career.
as much as 2, and they're saying there's a good chance he's not he doesn't have the mobility that he once
to
had.
ever play again.
So I think that sucks.
All right, so that sucks. But then the latest news, all you have is Sean Hill at quarterback.
Right.
And the Vikings feel like they want to make a push. So what do? They go and they make a ridiculous offer for QB Sam Bradford.
And I've got some stuff written up on this because at first I did think it was I thought the Eagles had him over the barrel and prison raped him.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I looked at it, and then I started looking into it more, and I don't think it's quite as bad as initially I thought.
You don't think so?
No. Okay,
so, all right. Let's
so,
talk about it because I don't think you and I are going to agree on this one.
The Vikings trade the Eagles send starting quarterback Sam Bradford in exchange for the 2017 first-round pick.
First-round pick.
Now, here's where it gets crazy, and a conditional 2018 fourth-round pick.
Right.
The terms of that condition, if it's something like this, I'm not 100% on this.
Yeah.
But if the Vikings make the playoff, that fourth-round pick turns into a third-round pick.
Possible.
If somehow if Minnesota wins the Super Bowl, that fourth-round pick turns into a second-round pick.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Because let me ask you a question. I'm going to say this, and you tell me if you think this sounds right. Sam Bradford, Super Bowl.
No, but I think that they gave themselves a shot, not to win the Super Bowl, but to compete this year.
To compete,
because you built your whole team around your defense and AP, even with Bridgewater. That's how you built your team. Sam Bradford, if he doesn't make horrible choices, could at least help you get to where you need to get. I don't think you've got any shot at a Super Bowl.
I don't know, man. Like for me, I want to know what everybody else thinks, but the Vikings are not a Super Bowl team.
No. They aren't, but they at least made themselves somebody who I wouldn't mind watching now. Otherwise, I was like, fuck it. If the Vikings are on, I'm not watching that shit. But they gave themselves a little bit. So my question was kind of who won this deal. I know how you think. You think the Vikings got fleeced.
Right.
Right. So I see on paper, I think you're right. But were the Vikings going to start 16 games in a brand new stadium with Sean Hill?
I don't think so.
No.
No, they're not. I mean, that's the thing. He's not the answer at all. He's a backup quarterback.
Right.
So, all right. So, anyway, Bradford is the starter.
Bradford's the starter. No. Hold on, I'm getting there.
Okay,
too.
All right.
So Bradford just signed 2 years, $35 million with the Eagles in February.
Right.
Was it 11 million of that was like a bonus? So basically, he got paid $11 million for practicing preseason.
Right.
By the Eagles. So they absorbed $24 million for the next 2 years. Bradford has a chance to work with Norv Turner, who's good with quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. And I think this is kind of his last shot. I think he knows you're working with one of the best guys that works with quarterbacks. If you don't do shit, you're fucked. You're a backup forever.
Exactly. Sam Bradford will be a backup forever. But,
and then, like I said before, they're built to compete off of the backs of the defense and Peterson.
Right.
They won't win, but this at least makes them competitive. Now, the Eagles, so they're free of that $24 million.
Yes.
That they owe Bradford.
Right.
They're starting now. This is a week before the season starts, and you just traded away your starting quarterback, who, whether he's great or not, now you're starting Carson Wentz, a rookie.
They actually named Carson Wentz the starting quarterback for this week. That's right.
Yep. And now, if you remember, the Eagles traded up with the Browns.
Yes.
Cleveland gave up their number 2 spot to Philly in that trade. The Eagles gave Cleveland their 2016 first-round pick, their 3rd pick and 4th round pick. I'm sorry, 3rd round pick and 4th round pick. Plus the Eagles get the 2017 first round pick.
Right.
Cleveland gets the first round pick from the Eagles.
Oh, so that's not even their pick.
That's not their pick.
Well, what about the pick that they're entitled to?
I don't know where it is, but they're not getting this pick. This pick goes. I thought that they traded that shit away. And also, if I remember right,
No, they never had this pick to trade. This is their pick.
This is their pick.
This is their pick.
This isn't their pick.
They traded away their pick that they're entitled to for the first round already. That's the pick they traded. This pick right now is the pick that they just earned. They couldn't have traded this pick away because they never had it. What if Teddy Bridgewater doesn't go down and they don't make this deal? They don't have that pick.
They already have that pick.
Hold on a second.
They already have that pick.
The Eagles pick that they gave away is the Browns pick? Is that what you're saying?
No, the Browns traded. Or you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
They gave away their first round pick to the Browns for this season.
Right.
To get number 2 pick.
Right.
So that means whatever fucking pick that they have this season in the first round goes to them. That's the only pick that they had.
Right, but it's not the Browns pick. They can't trade that away because it already belongs to the Browns.
They
must have had another pick.
We've already argued twice, and I won both of those so far.
Fine.
But so now what happens? So you've got Wentz and Chase Daniel there, right? Who have a combined 2 NFL starts.
Damn, Daniel.
If the Eagles implode, that pick could end up being a fucking top 5 pick. You know what I mean? So we'll look into that to see where that sits, because it's very convoluted.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Carson Wentz is an all-pro quarterback and just knocks the socks off of everybody?
Yeah, we'll get into that. He's already had injuries with his ribs and all kinds of other shit, so we'll kind of see. But the Vikings also get I think that next season they have a second pick that they got from the Dolphins.
Okay.
So they had 2 second-round picks. So even worse. So now they've got 2 picks in the second round next year.
I don't know.
It's not great.
I don't know.
You're still kind of getting fleeced, but you gave yourself a chance. And I think between those two, they're going to. It made it fun, at least for us. Like
Dude,
they both could get fucked royally on this.
Yeah, dude. About those picks, that doesn't make sense. Cleveland gave the number 2 spot to Philly in that trade.
Right.
Eagles, Cleveland, 26 first. Yeah, a 4th round pick. Plus the Eagles. Dude, the Eagles are getting the Vikings pick.
The Eagles are getting the Vikings pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They never had that Vikings pick. They traded away their pick, and now they got a first pick back from the Vikings in exchange for Sam Bradford.
Okay, and that makes sense. They traded away their pick. They just got a first round pick, which goes to...
No, they already had their own pick. Dude, you get a first-round pick, right? You know how you have your first-round pick?
I need
Everybody's
to
entitled
check
to
my sources.
Everybody, all 32 teams, you're entitled to your pick based on how you finish,
but all
right?
of them have been traded away at one point.
And they traded their pick.
Right.
And then they had no first-round pick.
That's right.
Now they picked up one from the Vikings.
Right.
So depending on how the Vikings finish, that's their pick.
But I want to look into the Browns' pick. It may be the best pick that they had for the first round. So because they're smart.
So you're saying if this pick is a
contingent pick.
I see what you're saying.
So if you end up with a better spot, we get a better spot.
I see what you're saying now. So if this Vikings pick that they got is better than their original, or
the Browns end up getting it.
Their allocated pick,
right.
The Browns are going to get it. All right. My God, here's some riveting professional sports coverage here, boys and girls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for sticking with us, those of you that did through that.
There's another quarterback who's got 9 fucking lives.
Angel Rodriguez has been dying for us to talk about him.
Oh.
We're here, Angel. If you're still watching.
Yeah, he's
Angel.
right there, dude. I just saw Vikings needed to make a move.
All right.
He's right. So
now we're going to talk about it.
I think he's right, dude. It's an okay choice. See?
Okay.
Jeremy, hey, Travis says Fatty T says you're right.
I know I'm right.
Fatty T's wrong. I read this. You didn't do any show notes today.
I don't need to do show notes to understand logic.
No, but if I read everything, then it has to be a conditional first-round pick that they sent Cleveland, which means Cleveland gets the best of their first-round pick.
But did you read what the trade was with Cleveland before the draft? No,
why the fuck would I read that? All the
you
other
just
things,
said you read everything.
No, all the other things said that they get whatever is the best pick.
Okay.
Now, I didn't go back and read the actual Cleveland pick.
Okay.
But that's what it was saying. Is it was a condition, just like this 4th round pick.
Here's the thing.
Conditional.
If I trade you my first round pick now, today,
yeah,
and then in 5 weeks I pick up a first round pick,
right?
I already traded you my pick.
Not if my lawyer, dude, they're smart. Not if as a fantasy owner, I say, okay, you're over a barrel, conditional. So I get whatever you want to trade up to get this second pick of the draft.
They went and got a pick after this deal was done, and they went and picked up the Vikings' first pick in exchange for Sam Bradford.
And if Cleveland
so they get the Vikings pick regardless.
If Cleveland said, "I get your top first round pick," then they get whatever the best pick is for.
Fatty T said it's the pick they had at the time.
That's.
Okay. I 100% agree with that.
That's fine. We're going to look it up.
It's got to be.
We're going to look it up.
Hey, if you can prove me wrong, dude, later you can shame me.
I will.
You can do the Game of Thrones shame, and I'll do a walk of atonement down this fucking backyard.
I don't want to see you naked.
I'll keep my briefs on.
Not one bit.
Okay, no walk of atonement, but I will. You can shame me and shave all my hair.
Okay.
How's that?
Yeah.
All right.
I will look into it some more.
Okay.
Like I tried, and that shit's so convoluted. Like I'm not smart enough to understand all that.
Yeah.
But
Angel
when everything
even
says
Travis is right, so you're fucked, dude. Like
you realize that these
all
guys,
my boys agree with me.
You realize
whoop whoop.
These guys, Fatty T's an accountant, right? He's not a commissioner of a team or.
What do you mean a commissioner of a team?
Whatever. I'm talking fantasy football, but
I'm a commissioner.
He's
of
not
a
an owner of a fucking football team. He doesn't make deals. He's not the head coach. So I'm gonna look into it. And you guys may be right, 100%. Right. But from everything that I fucking read, it said that they get the best pick.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm just saying, like, the more I think about it, it's like,
okay, so that's fine, but you have no data. I showed my links in my show notes.
I got all the data I need. I got Fatty T backing me up.
Okay.
And Angel Rodriguez, A-Rod. Dude, it's an A-Rod.
It is.
It's A-Rod.
A-Rod won't like it.
No, it's the other A-Rod. This is A-Rod 2.
Not the bad A-Rod.
The good A-Rod. Oh, he's liking it right now, I can tell.
All right, so Mark Sanchez.
Hey, don't forget to share the show, boys. Share it with all your friends.
Former starting NFL quarterback will now be the backup for the Cowboys.
Mark Sanchez. Dirty Sanchez. Hey, you're going to have to change your team name on our league.
I am, dude. So I named my team the Mile High Dirty Sanchez.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to have to name it America's Favorite Dirty Sanchez. That's going to be my new team name.
Sanchez team.
So he's going to be the backup for rookie quarterback Dak Prescott.
That's right.
After failing to beat out 2 young quarterbacks in Denver, Broncos decided to part ways. They tried to trade him.
Man, they tried.
And nobody wanted him.
No, we don't want no Mark Sanchez.
But yeah, dude, as soon as they released him, Jerry Jones kind of picked him up and went with it. Dude, I was reading something weird. So check this out. And I don't have all the data on this for sure.
Oh, so now you don't have the data.
But you have the head coach, I think it's the tight end coach.
Yeah.
Romo's, and Mark Sanchez's agent,
Yeah.
all the same guy.
Really?
Yeah, all the same guy.
Wow.
So they're saying that
That sounds like some baller shit, right?
It does sound like ballers.
Hey, it sounds like some baller shit, man.
It does sound kind of shady.
Who's their money guy?
No shit. It does sound kind of shady. I don't know.
I gotta ask you a question.
What do you think? Yeah.
I'm gonna ask, like I'm jumping off like I always do here. A little off topic here, but if you were a football player and you had all this money and you had ballers, you had The Rock and what's Rob Corddry. I don't know what are their names in the show. If you had them, or you had what's his name?
Who?
No, the star that just started again. Oh my God.
The star that just started.
Who's their nemesis? The guy, the
bearded dude.
Yeah. Fuck me. Oh my God.
Antoine?
Yeah, maybe. Is it Antoine?
I don't know.
Oh
I
my
think it's
God,
Antoine.
help me on Facebook, please.
Anton.
No, what's his real name?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my God.
That's gonna kind of bug
This
me.
is embarrassing.
All right. Okay, so do you want
Anyways,
to keep
had a
on
choice,
this topic where
if
we
you
don't
had-
know?
No. If you had a choice, who would you put your money with? If you were a football player, would you put it with
I'm
that
going with The
crazy
Rock.
You would put with The Rock?
Yeah, because him and his partner do blow and go to parties and fuck yeah, I'm going there.
Honestly, I would put it with the other guy. Vernon. No, not
No.
Vernon. No, Vernon's the and
I think I'm right. I think it's
Andre.
Anton.
Andre.
Is it Andre?
It's Andre.
Is it
Andre
Andre?
something. But his real name, Andy Garcia. Thank you.
Yes.
Fatty T.
Good job, Fatty T.
Fatty T wins it.
Fatty
Andy
T from the
Garcia,
LBC.
that's the fucking guy.
Yeah.
And he's a great actor. And
Yeah,
I love him
and
in
he's
that
good
show.
in this.
I know. So I would put my money with Andy Garcia. I'm just saying.
Okay, so let's go
He
back
just
to.
seems so fucking classy, cool.
Oh, he's not classy. He's shady as shit.
Oh, but I don't care.
So let's go back to Real World.
All right, sorry.
So now you've got Dak Prescott and
Yes.
Carson Wentz both slated as starters.
Yes.
Who has the better rookie season?
Well, I believe in Dak.
Do you really?
I think Dak's got a better team in front of him. He's got a better offensive line. He's got a great wide receiver in Dez that
He's
can just
got
go
a
get
better
the ball.
offensive line.
Dak Prescott?
He's got a good offensive line, but how do you think Romo got hurt?
Dude, Romo got hurt because he decided to run out of the pocket and he runs as slow as fucking molasses.
Okay.
Romo got hurt because he gets hurt if you blow on him.
They have a good offensive line, but just because the
They have
talking
the
heads
best
say they have...
they have the best offensive line in the league, man.
Okay.
You don't agree with that?
They're going to be the best losing team with the best offensive line?
Dude, they have the best offensive line
They
in the
said
league.
that
It's
last year, and they folded Romo up.
That's how important Romo was to the team. And I mean, I hate to say that, but even what's his fucking nuts said it.
Okay.
Before he got injured.
I disagree. I think that Dak Prescott will be a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. I think that Wentz is going to
We
have
agree.
a better...
We're saying the same thing.
No, let me finish.
Okay.
I think Wentz is going to have a better season only because you have... I think they have guys you can't account for in Philly. Like, they're not as solid, so you have to spread it out more.
Right.
Where the Cowboys, Elliott's running, so you stack the box, you double-team Dez Bryant, and Terrence Williams he's been droppable. He's dropped catches a lot.
Dude, you can't just stack the box, though.
Oh, yeah? Why can't you?
I don't know. You can't.
Why?
Because you have Dez on the outside. You have Jason Witten
You just
over the middle.
double-teamed him with a corner and a safety. Witten is the one who's the... If he can get open quick enough, he's not as fast as he used to be.
But he's a damn good tight end. He really is. I mean, people get like I'd be scared of the Cowboys a little bit, but do I think they're going to make the playoffs? No. Do I think Dak Prescott's going to be just the answer to everything? Like is he going to be like a Russell Wilson? No. But I think he's going to come in and he's going to play well, and I think he's going to have good. But when you have a rookie running back and you have a rookie quarterback,
Right.
You're going to have some problems.
Right.
That team is going to have some. This is the fucking word of the week. I hate using it all the time, but they're going to have some vanilla offense styles to it right now. It's going to be, power runs, and it's going to be play action, and it's going to be some passes with a few, the playbook's going to be small to start with. That playbook will slowly start expanding as he gets comfortable with the playbook. But so do I think they're going to make a playoffs? No. Is he a good quarterback? Yes. And I think he's going to have a better year than Carson Wentz because Carson Wentz just doesn't have the right team around him.
Okay.
Who's the better quarterback? I think Carson Wentz is a better quarterback.
Oh, see, and I think we disagree completely on both. Like, it's opposite. It's weird. Because I think Dak Prescott, I think he's a better quarterback.
I don't think so.
In the long run.
I don't think so. I think he made bad choices. I saw some stuff, and I saw some stuff because I watched the preseason games.
Right.
Religiously, I watch preseason. And I just feel like Dak made some crucial errors and some throwing into coverage and some shit that is just some rookie mistakes that he's done, but he's got the team around him that can save him. He's got the offensive line to give him some more time to do that thinking, where a regular quarterback like a Peyton Manning who knows how to get the ball out quick and fast and dirty like he has to, right? He's not going to have that kind of that game's not slow enough for him yet. It's going to take some time for the game to slow down for him and to get better. But having that offensive line to give you that extra half or second to make a decision is going to really help him.
You want me to be completely honest?
Yes, always.
I think Jared Goff is going to end up having a better season than both.
You think
and
so?
He's not going to start.
You think so?
I think I think Case Keenum's going to end up starting the first 2, 3, 4 weeks maybe.
Right.
And then I think Goff comes in.
I think Goff's in the same position.
I don't think he's great. I think he's more in the same position as Dak to me. Like, he's not quite as talented. He's a better pocket guy.
Right.
His accuracy's getting better.
Right.
But he's got Todd Gurley, and then you're kind of fucked.
Yeah,
you got Austin.
You got Tavon Austin,
who's not as good as Dez.
What's his best year? 500 yards?
Right. He's not as good as Dez, and then you got a lot of young guys.
Right.
I
don't know. Honestly,
I'm kind of curious to see these guys.
I don't think Jared Goff will. I think out of those three, Dak Prescott has the best year.
Okay.
Just because of the situation he's in, because of the team he's on.
And that's barring injury for any of them.
Fuck.
You know what I mean?
You got to say barring injury, but I'm just saying. That's my thoughts. So, and you at home, please chime in. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Are we good on NFL?
Sure.
All right. We had a scary moment in Major League Baseball. All right. Hit me up. One more beer, and that'll be good.
I'm trying to pick a Sam Adams that I want.
Do you have different kinds of Sam Adams?
Yeah, it's like their summer box or whatever.
Oh, yeah?
So
Which one you got there?
The Belgian Session.
Are you a fan?
I'm a fan of beer.
Yeah, but why did you grab just that one?
Because it was there.
All right.
Like, I just grab whatever's there. If it was a Pabst Blue Ribbon, I would have grabbed that too.
Pabst Schmear?
Yeah, if it was a Pabst Schmear.
Pabst Schmear?
Yep. In a scary moment in Seattle, Angels picture. Take a picture of that shit. But Angels pitcher,
yeah,
Matt Shoemaker was hit in the head by a 105-mile-an-hour line drive.
Right.
That was actually coming off of Kyle Seager, who's the brother of the Dodgers shortstop Corey
Seager.
Yep. But dude, he took it right to the dome. Right on the right side of the head. He dropped to his knees. Trainers came out, treated him. He walked himself off the field, but I guess the initial CT scan showed a small skull fracture and a hematoma.
No shit.
That's fucking scary.
Okay, but sight in the eyes is all there. He's good.
As far as I understand, yeah. From what I read, and obviously we've talked about it already. What I read is bullshit.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to find some new places to reach it. But everything seems to be okay. Like, he'll recover from it.
You're gonna beat yourself up over that draft pick talk, aren't you?
No, but I'm gonna spend because I'm off for the next week.
You're gonna look it up.
So this whole week,
I'm
gonna try and figure out what the writers were saying and how I understood it, because there's a good chance that they wrote one way and my brain put it a different way.
You know, what'd be nice is if we get a former NFL player maybe on one day, and we could pass it through him, and he'd understand it
if he understood the logistics of the trade.
I'm sure he would.
No, but you would have to know the trade.
Maybe we have a surprise coming up, Crude Nation. That's our little teaser.
Maybe
we got somebody coming up. Maybe. See what happens. Hey,
and that's kind of like, dude, they're getting like, now you're starting to check wild card and all that shit in baseball.
Yeah,
there was so much college I was watching this week. I feel bad. I didn't pay quite as much attention to baseball.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Like, I don't know a lot. I don't follow baseball a lot. Like, I have a friend up in Grand Prairie who's a customer and friend, and he's a big baseball fan. And he knows a lot. We should have him on one day and have him talk about baseball. But you know what's cool? I went to his house and went shooting up in Grand Prairie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Did you see the picture I sent you?
Shooting what?
Shotgun.
No, I didn't see it.
Did I send you the video?
No.
Oh, dude, I have this awesome
You put it on the
video.
WhatsApp?
Yeah, then you saw it.
No, but I didn't look.
You didn't watch it?
No.
Oh, dude, we went clay shooting. So it was actually pretty cool. Went out to his farm just outside of Grand Prairie, and I picked up some ribs, and his wife was there, and she had a garden, and she brought in some carrots, and anyway, so the food was being made, and then we went out to the back 40, and he has this little ring, and it fires off the clays, right? Spins around, and then we had like 3 shotguns. He had a buddy of his that came over too with his shotgun, and we went shooting clays. And my first couple times, I was like trying it. I think I missed the first couple, but then he took a video, and I'm like, oh boy, now I better get it. And it was like one of those slow-mo Apple videos.
Yeah.
So it's like super slow motion, and I go pull, and as soon as I say pull, it hits the slow motion point.
Yeah.
And it goes up in the air, and it's like real slow, and then, and I blew that fucker up.
Blowing it up.
Yeah, man, it was good. Anyways, I had a great time out there. So yeah, go and shoot. I haven't shot a shotgun in like 20 years.
Me neither.
So it was fun.
I shot a squirrel like
Did you?
at my grandpa's place. Like,
did it hop up and down
like 25 years ago?
That's what I shot a groundhog.
I'm not really a gun. Like, I'm not an anti-gun guy at all.
Right.
I'm just not a gun guy.
Yeah,
I just don't care.
Yeah.
I got too much other shit to spend money on. I got too many other hobbies.
But you have a big
And I'm afraid
bulldog.
that if I got into it, like I would get into it.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. I text my wife. I said, I'm buying a shotgun.
And a safe.
I said, it suits me. And she's like, it does not.
She said, you think it does.
Yeah, you think it does. Cool. Well, how about we get on to some asshole or douchebag?
Oh, you have some?
I got a couple.
I didn't have any this
I got
week.
a couple.
Yeah.
Anybody wants some asshole or douchebag topics? Text them in right now, real quick.
We're gonna cut that right there. Anybody wants some asshole?
Anybody who wants some asshole, let us know. If you'd also like a douchebag, let us know.
That's right.
Every week we do asshole or douchebag, and we bring up a topic, and Glenn tells me whether it's an asshole or a douchebag thing to do.
Okay.
So, number one.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
And this is in lieu of me just traveling yesterday.
You're a world
flying back.
traveler.
Yes. Yeah. Worldwide Jeremy.
Yeah.
People who fart on airplanes.
This is a dicey question.
Is it an asshole or douchebag thing to do?
I think it depends. That's one of those that to me depends.
Right.
If that person is like was trying to hold it back and it squeaked out, like
Right.
that's a douchey move.
Okay.
If that person was like, fuck it, nobody's gonna know it's me. There's 300 people on this plane, and just lets it go, you're an asshole.
Depends on if there was an intent there.
Right. If there was the intent. So now my biggest question is, was that you?
Did I fart on the
Yeah,
airplane?
were you the one that farted on the airplane? You're like, oh, dude, I got to put this down.
100%. 100%. It was me. But
Yeah, well, was
they
it,
didn't stink.
So was it? That doesn't matter. You don't.
They didn't stink.
You don't know. You don't have prior knowledge if it's going to be a stinky one.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, I thought I had to poop on the airplane. And that just terrifies me.
Shitting on a plane?
That terrifies me. Having to go into that dirty, gross, pissed all over toilet seat and have to take a dump on an airplane just scares the shit out of me.
You know what scares me about going to the bathroom on an airplane?
What?
Is if you're standing there, like at the urinal,
Yeah.
and then a snake comes out of the toilet and bites your dick. I
These
saw that on
motherfucking
Snakes on a Plane.
On this motherfucking plane.
That's right. That's what scares me. And then a snake bites my titty.
And then you're like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
And you
That's
gotta-
what scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. No, taking a dump on an airplane actually scares me.
Oh,
a
see,
lot.
and I think of it a different way. I'm like, dude, I'm shitting 20,000 feet up. What's up, bitches? Like, I'm shitting on everybody underneath me.
The Mile High Dump Club.
The Mile High Dump Club.
Who on Facebook Live is a part of the Mile High Dump Club? I want to know. I have never once shit on a plane. I have shit on a bus, though.
Buses don't have bathrooms.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, you're talking about like a cross-country bus.
Yeah, like a Greyhound.
Oh,
like,
I thought you were
but
talking
there was
about like a city transit bus. Like a homeless man.
like back in the corner, just
Yeah.
take a dump.
You're like, hey, that guy over there
No.
talking to himself. Cool, I'll just shit in this corner.
No, in college, it was a 24-hour drive to Las Vegas on a bus.
Okay.
You got to shit somewhere. And it had a toilet in the back.
Yeah, that's what toilets are for.
There's
shitting.
no big deal. But
No big deal. It's like shitting in an RV.
But pooping in a plane is among like my fear list. It's very high up there. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
a weird fear to have.
So anyways, I was happy to realize that it was just farts and I had to fart on the plane. But I'm wondering if it's an asshole or douchebag thing to do. Fart on the
And
plane.
that was my question. So did you have intent? Were you like, I don't
couldn't
give
hold
a
it back.
shit?
I couldn't hold it. I had to fart.
Well, like I don't give a shit or oops.
No, I didn't give a shit.
So that's an asshole move.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Intent is asshole.
Call me an asshole then.
I did. What's next?
I did.
Anybody else? Okay, somebody help me out. Is that asshole or douchebag?
Asshole or douchebag?
You meant
farting on a plane.
You meant to shit yourself on a plane.
And I was like, I have to fart. And I guess I could have got up and went to the bathroom to fart, but then everybody would have known it was
That's
me.
not very ladylike for you to fart on a plane.
I'm not no lady.
It's not very ladylike.
But I am scared of shitting on a plane. If anybody else is scared of
weird.
shitting on a plane, let me know.
That's kind of weird.
Why is it weird? You would shit on a plane? Have you shit on a plane?
Yes, I have.
You've gone and taken a dump on a plane.
Dude,
after right. Okay, let me tell you this. If I had to go poop right after takeoff,
yeah,
I'm fine with that. But 3 or 4 hours into the flight, after every fucking person on that plane is pissed all over the toilet seat and everywhere on the floor, and on the back of the wall and on the handle, because when people go in there, they piss everywhere.
Okay,
right? I'm just saying, having to go and take a piss after, it's like a nightclub. Taking a dump at a nightclub, I would never do that ever. A nightclub and an airplane, I would never take a dump in those two places.
Okay, so I grew up as a plumber, young, and so you have nothing but outhouses. And so I learned, you take those squares and you build it around the toilet seat. So I don't give a fuck I don't care if 1,000 people have shit before me.
Right.
I will build myself a layer and I'll hover.
You'll build a layer and hover.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it's hard on your thighs to hover?
It's a workout. It's a core workout.
Yeah.
So that's part of my dude. Have you seen the Cholo workout video?
No.
Oh my god, it's the funniest shit. That I don't know why that reminded me of that.
Yeah.
But I'll send it to you. I saw it on Facebook. Somebody posted it, and it's fucking hilarious.
It's called the Cholo.
It's called the Cholo workout. It's fucking awesome. But no, dude, you can I will build myself a layer just in case my legs give. Like if I start shaking like a deer. Mm-hmm. And my legs give out and I have to sit down, okay. Yeah. Well, I've got 2-3 layers of toilet paper around it.
Right.
Otherwise, I'm hovering.
Okay.
I don't mind shitting on a plane.
I think it's disgusting.
I'll shit in an outhouse.
I think it's absolutely fucking disgusting. Hey, Nelson Peters is tuned in.
Nelson, what's going on?
That's the Nelson I was telling you. He drafted wrong. He broke all the rules.
Nelson, I agree with you. Jeremy disagrees.
You're an asshole.
Well, yeah, I am an asshole.
All right, asshole or douchebag. You don't draft a kicker.
I think that's playing the game. If my rules say I don't have to.
The rules say you have to draft a kicker.
Your rules, you're saying your rules say.
Our rules said you have to have a legal lineup at all times.
Even during the draft?
Even during the draft.
I say if that's what the rules say, then you have to. So how is it allowed then?
I want to know if Nelson's still watching.
So now me personally, my draft doesn't say that. So I didn't draft a kicker. So
yeah,
I can
your
pick
draft
a
doesn't say that.
I can pick a kicker up whenever I want.
You could kick a picker?
Yeah, I can kick a picker.
Kick a picker?
I could pick a pickle peppers.
Kick a picker picker.
But yeah, Fatty T knows me. I'll shit anywhere. I will. I don't give a shit. I'll drop deuce wherever I have to.
Oh my god. All right. Sounds good. Okay, how about the next one?
Yeah, what you got next?
Oh, this happened to me on the fucking plane. How about people that read your texts over your shoulder? Like the guy sitting next to me, I'm texting and I looked up at him and he's looking at my phone watching what I'm texting.
Okay, so
is that asshole or douchebag move?
This is where the asshole in me comes out, where you and I would deal with this a different way.
Right.
I'm pretty quiet. I'm pretty introverted.
Yes.
Besides this, but that's kind of where the LA attitude kind of comes in.
Yeah.
And I would look over, like you say, you looked over and you noticed he was looking at me. And I would look him in the eyes and I said, "What the fuck are you looking at?"
Your neighbor.
I don't give a fuck.
Sitting right next to you on the plane.
Guess what? If you're looking at my shit, I'm gonna make you feel awkward the rest of this flight. What the fuck are you looking at? That's all. That's all you have to do to finish.
You would say, "What the fuck are you looking at?"
Yeah,
dude.
Why not?
You're like you are.
Mind your fucking business.
You're a gangster.
Just mind your business.
Wow.
I don't know. I think that's an asshole move. Like just because you're bored,
right?
Maybe your life is so fucking boring you need to find out what other people's shit's going on. You're an asshole. Mind your own fucking business.
So now let's revert to question number 1.
Okay.
He did that, and then I farted on the airplane. Asshole or douchebag. Still asshole. Okay.
It's still asshole. If you could focus it just at his nostrils, then it's awesome.
But, or what if I crop dusted him? Just fucking get up and as I walk by him, because I'm on the window, and I walk by him to get out of the aisle, and I just crop dust him.
Now you shit in his lap, but you're still affecting 398 other people on the plane. Because now you're crop dusting all the way to the bathroom.
Exactly.
That shit lingers.
Oh, fuck.
But no, I think that's an asshole move. Mind your own fucking business.
I agree.
Like we already in this society are very hive minded with social media and all that.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's the way that society's going.
Yeah.
But keep in your own fucking lane. That's it. Keep in your own lane. Mind your own shit.
Keep it in your lane.
Because there's a good chance that you're fucking up your life somewhere. And do you really want me looking over your shoulder? Because I'll call it out.
I'm gonna fart all over you if you look. The next person that looks over my shoulder, I'm gonna crop dust them.
You should have got up and went and like buddied up with the stewardess.
Yeah.
And grabbed that mic, and just been like, "Hey, this asshole in 39D wanted to know what my text said, and it said, I told my wife to do this." You should have just called it out. Fucking called him out. Make him feel awkward. Make the Sky Marshal come talk to you.
Oh my god, the Sky Marshal.
That's the plan, man. Like, make everybody feel awkward.
He might have been the Sky Marshal.
Well, then fuck him exactly.
He was a silver-haired, guy. Maybe
he was a silver fox.
He was a silver fox, and he was like watching my text, maybe to see like that I'm not writing, we're gonna take this fucker down.
That's right.
Like maybe he's just making sure I didn't say anything like that.
See, and Angel's right. Those are fighting words. The what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah, those are fighting words.
Yeah. But mind your own.
What if he was the air marshal and he grounded you for life?
He doesn't have that.
Yes, he does.
So you're telling me he's going to go in front of the judge and be like, "Hey, I was reading his text and he told me to mind my own fucking business"?
Yeah. And grounded for life.
That they can't do that. He can't do that.
Well, I'm just saying.
I agree with Angel that those are fighting words and that is that West Coast mentality.
Right.
But I'm not going to let you sit there and read my shit. Now, I don't have anything that is awesome enough for you to want to read.
Right.
It's not going to make your day better. But yeah, I like my personal space. And even if I'm sitting in that 2-foot wide seat,
yep,
that 2 foot is my personal space. Don't look over me.
Yeah, it is only 2 foot wide.
And so, yeah, at that point, the fuck are you looking at?
The fuck you looking at?
If we're walking down the street and some guy's like walking right behind my shoulder, reading what I'm doing, I'll do the same thing. The fuck are you looking at?
That's the name of this episode. The fuck you looking at?
I like that.
That's the name of this episode.
That's the name of this episode.
All right, thanks for joining us, Crude Nation. I'm ready to get the hell out of here. This Thursday night is the kickoff of the 2016-17 NFL football season. I'm excited.
Our draft is tomorrow night.
Our draft's tomorrow for our league, yeah.
We'll kind of let you know what goes on. And, dude, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go right now inside, and I'm going to start researching this whole fucking trade deal.
Hey, whatever keeps you off your fucking kilter for the draft tomorrow night, I don't care.
You
want to waste your time not prepping for the draft, that's fine.
If somehow I am actually right, like, I'm going to stew on this shit for like 6 days, and I'm going to be so angry, and I can't do anything about it. Like, I'm just going to...
Oh, no, you'll be texting me about it.
I'm going to like a teapot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to be...
I'm going to get 100 texts from you, and I'm going to copy them all into next week's show notes. Every single thing we say. You're like, yeah, you were right. Fuck off.
And I'm okay. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I don't mind being wrong.
I know. You've always been pretty honorable that way. Yep.
But I do... It does make me think, because the way I understood it,
yep.
If I'm wrong, then that makes... The next time I read something about that, then it makes me think of it a different way. So I kind of learn from that.
That's good to know.
So we'll kind of see... We'll see what happens.
Sounds good.
I'm curious.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody. If I'm wrong, I'm dead wrong. Crude Nation,
let's get the fuck out of here.
We're out.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
See you.
See you. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, review.
Oh, yeah.
Website, Twitter, all that shit.
Yeah.
iTunes.
Go on iTunes and swipe right, bitches.
Later. Swipe right? Swipe left. No.
Swipe right.
Swipe right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, are we the pretty girl or are we the not so pretty girl?
It's the pretty girl.
Then swipe right.
Yeah. Later, Angel. Thanks for joining us for the whole show, buddy. Mwah. Cowboy.